What's up, YouTube? Brendan from Market Makers, your home for Wyckoff and advanced pattern trading TA. Guys, hit a milestone, 18,000 subs. Thank you so much. Since I said that, please go ahead and smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. I want to get this thing to 50,000 so I can compete with the big boys. That would be a lot of fun. We have a massive move incoming in all seriousness. I want to share this guy with you because this is the market. This is the market turning point that you are about to witness, okay? I'm going to show it to you here in the charts and show you exactly what I'm talking about. You guys know I trade in Wyckoff not a lot more than several, dozens of times. I walked everybody through Wyckoff. I'm going to draw this really quickly so you can see exactly what I'm talking about in the marketplace, okay? So we had the beginning of the bull run over here to the left, right? The beginning of the accumulation, everything was super low. Altcoins were pennies on the dollar, right? We have a reaccumulation. We go back into markup. We have our distribution box. This is the volatility range. This is a strong hand selling to the weak hands. We had the sell off. We went into markdown. This was the multi-month accumulation range of Bitcoin, right? And here on the weekly time frame, guys, this would be our backup, which is a reaccumulation box going back into markup to make our new all-time high here in distribution, back into markdown, and then this is the failed accumulation range. This is where we try to hold and accumulate. Obviously, we dumped out of it. Brings us to present day price. You guys need to see what's happening here on the weekly time frame. I don't typically trade on the weekly time frame. I'll track some things on it, but you need to see exactly what's happening here because this is going to be potentially the biggest move in the market since the beginning of the bull run. So let me draw a couple things for you and show you some conflicting information, and let's see if we can walk through this, okay? We have a bearish Gartley pattern that I shared with you guys that activated almost perfectly to a T, dropped the price of Bitcoin, I think about, what is that, 15%? Let's go ahead and get this peak to trough here. 12, yeah, about 13%. So you have a 13% price declination based off this pattern, okay? Let me go ahead and erase that. What I want to show you is simply this, the volatility. This is a volatility channel, and I have the ATR coming from Forex, trading Forex space for 20 years. The volume is tick volume. It's about 80% accurate. You know, we trade heavily with volatility. It's a big advantage coming into crypto. Most TA guys aren't using volatility as a main indicator, okay? But let me show you something on the volatility channel here. Here's your expansion to your previous all-time high. Okay, remember these are weekly candles. Your previous all-time high, you see the channel bottle up and then expand. That's how you got to the all-time high. Volatility is a separation of candles, okay? So in a big prolonged bull run, big separation in candles, volatility expands. You go back into accumulation, volatility tightens back up, and then you get an expansion for your second leg here, new bull cycle, and you make the new all-time high. Look how narrow the volatility channel is now. It is the most narrow it has been since the very beginning of the bull run. Let me shrink this down so you can see this. Since the very beginning, going back into 2020, the end of 2020. Look how narrow it was then. Look what it's doing now. Let me show you this in the ATR. Okay, this is average true range. So you can see this. Now, remember, the ATR is binary. The ATR drops when volatility is low. When it spikes up like this could be a pump or a dump. The ATR spiking up does not mean it is a pump, okay? It means the volatility has dramatically increased. You have the lowest now, volatility right here, lower than when we were in June in accumulation when you have very low volatility. The candles start clustering together for the breakout to go up to your previous all-time high, okay? Your previous all-time high came right here in November, okay? This November region. And then we've been descending in volatility ever since. Look at this, the lowest volatility. So what does this mean? How does this translate? This means the potential for a massive move is incoming. So we need to look at a couple of things here, okay? And then we're going to look at this on the daily as well. So let's go ahead and pull this down. Can we determine what direction this massive move is going? Well, let me show you the conflicting information now. And as I'm talking to you, price is dropping. So, man, let's see. All right, so let's do this then. Let's go ahead and put this in Wyckoff for current price range. Current price range, if you look at Wyckoff, This is bullish in a vacuum, okay? You have your Wyckoff trading range, selling climax candle, automatic reaction, have your up thrust, your sign of weakness, you retest your base, you come back up, you make your higher lows. This would be your LPS, right? This is your LPS outside the Wyckoff trading range. You make an LPS, you accumulate there before you do this, okay? And if you look at the daily time frame, you did the same thing. Here's your ceiling, here's your ceiling, here's your base, and then you have your volatility in between. You pump up, get on top of your trading range, you form your LPS, but remember the daily is going to lead the weekly, and look what happens. You left the trade, you re-entered the trading range, you left the LPS area. You see that? And so now you're trying to hold the support range. The weekly time frame lags. It takes 7 daily candles to equal a weekly candle. And then when you go to the 8-hour time frame, same thing. You have your ceiling, you have your base, and you had your LPS up here that you were trying to accumulate and be able to go up into markup to make new highs, right? And keep the trend going, but you lost it and you fell back into your trading range. So the question is, what's going to happen here on the weekly? And as I'm sitting here recording this for you, we're dipping back into the Wyckoff range. Will this area end up looking like it does on the daily, where we fell into the previous trading range? Well, right now, it looks like unless there's a lot of bullish sentiment in the marketplace, this could be a very bad thing. And again, if I draw this Gartley pattern back, this is a bearish pattern. It dropped the market 13%. If we just pull targets on this pattern, just to get an idea of where the price would normally go based off of this, we got to the 382. That's the first target. The most commonly retraced to fib in pattern trading is a 618. That's 38,787. You could easily see this start to look like the daily and come down to 38,787, okay? And this is something that would be very bearish. This is a market turning point, because what we're looking to have happen is, we need to see a retest. This is what the whole market is waiting for here on the daily time frame. Let's go ahead and lay the fib out. Let's do a trend-based fib. That's how we nailed the market top, right? So 48,266 right here, your market top. You have the one fib up here that we already rejected us, dropped us 13%, okay? Now it dropped us below the 618, which you've already wicked. You can see this, you've already wicked it, okay? This is very, very accurate fib layout. Obviously, it nailed the market top within $50, and then here you wicked the 618. The ideal situation, and here's our heavy Gann resistance lines. The Gann angle's 45 and 26. You see this was our 45 angle. It is now a resistance line. So we have support lines, we have Fibonacci. We have to rise up here, defeat the 618, defeat the Gann resistance, come up, break 48,266, flip it, and on top of that, guys, look where the 233 is now, laying right on top of price beneath the 48,266. So look, could price turn super bullish? Yes, price could turn super bullish. The markets, the NASDAQ, the Bitcoin tracks closely to tech. Could those markets rally this week? Absolutely. They had a bloody week last week. They held their 50 moving average. The thing is, can Bitcoin duplicate whatever the markets do? The markets had the third strongest bear rally in the history of the stock market, and Bitcoin got rejected at 48,266. Not a super bullish sign, okay? So what everybody in my room is waiting for, what I personally am waiting for, is some type of retest to the 618, to my Gann resistance. If we flip it, great. If we flip the 233, flip the 48,266, awesome. If we do all that, guys, Bitcoin's moving up, right? If we do all that, Bitcoin's moving up. So I want to see what happens here, but you're losing key structure on the weekly time frame if you fall back into the Wyckoff trading range. And again, guys, I bring this up because we did this, okay? We did this in June in the last bear cycle, okay? So when you look at this, here's your 233 knifing through here. And this area that I keep talking about with you guys is such a crucial area because we haven't done this second step yet. So what we did was we pumped up above the 233. We made a substantial structure over there in current price time frame. Here we were only able to stay above it for 3 days, but we were able to stay above it longer while the NASDAQ and the Russell rallied and the SPX rallied. But then when Bitcoin lost this, It popped down, retested the 233 this candle, and then proceeded to dump 12,500 points. And your volatility now is lower than it was during these moves, okay? So you could have a potential volatility explosion with Bitcoin potentially pumping up to test some key resistance and then falling apart, or Bitcoin pumping up, defeating key resistance and moving up. Okay, so either way, it just looks like the bias right now with all the resistance above you. We have to be realistic. The bias is to test key resistance and fail at some point. Where? I can't tell you where. We've already been rejected by the 618. We have to flip this. We have to come up, exit Wyckoff here, test the 233, and then we got to defeat the 48,266, which caused us to drop 13%. That's the key. See, that's what you need to understand is if we do start pumping up, this is going to become a bull trap if we pump up hard to the 48,266. The second retest of a key resistance area could really kick your teeth in. If you do not break this, that could be the catalyst for a major move down, okay? And like I told you, I do believe if we lose 32.9, if we lose 32.9, this low right here at the 1 fib, if we lose 32.9, we're going deeper into new lows, okay? We're going to defeat these previous lows, I believe, in the marketplace, judging by the deepest volatility retracement we've had in the whole bull run since 2020, okay? This is going to be a major move when it comes in, and what I don't want to see happen is this shit. I don't want to see this thing just fall down because I want to see some type of retest so that we can get a trade in or a pump up to flip key resistances so we can get longs in, okay? There has to be something because if it just drops, if the large operators just want to drop the market, which you got to think they want to do a short clearing bull trap, right? You got to think max pain. Max pain is to get everybody who's stuck super bullish again, to get the YouTube guys super bullish again that make videos saying they're all in on Bitcoin. And that will happen if you flip the 618. If you come back up to retest that 48,266 and then turn the market around and do that, I mean, that's max pain. You're doing a 13% move back up. People are going to be euphoric, and then you flip it back around. I just don't think the market sentiment is capable of driving it up that high. I can see it getting above the 618. I just don't know if we can even get back up there to test the 233. I would love to see us do it. I don't know if it's possible. Time's going to tell, guys. Just be aware of what's happening in this marketplace because this is a massive move incoming and something wicked this way comes. This could be a major drop if we do pop up a little bit, the test is 618 and then fall apart. And again, if maybe the markets rally and it's a super green week, eat up all those losses from this past week and they move up into a melt up. Maybe Bitcoin, because it is holding in a vacuum, it is holding this key bullish structure here. Again, this is a bullish Wyckoff structure in a vacuum. You have your base, you have your ceiling, you have your LPS. This is normally where you would accumulate from and break out from into markup, okay? The problem is you have a bearish engulfing, massive bearish engulfing candle here, and you're dripping back into your Wyckoff trading range. So, and as we're talking, this is going lower. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, guys. 18,000 subs. Thank you so much once again. I really appreciate your guys' support. Please do send these videos out to your friends if you have anybody that likes this type of TA. And guys, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. BitGet, our link to our website, marketmakers.trade. Everything is in the video description. And I will be up tomorrow updating you guys and letting you know what's happening in the other marketplaces as well. All right, guys, talk soon. Have a fantastic Sunday evening. Happy trading.